Today we're going to be core drilling a curb for the homeowner who's a do-it-yourselfer. He just doesn't have the tools available to him to core drill a curb. But he's been out here and trenching the line. Well, as he's going to go ahead and get underneath the sidewalk, he's going to tunnel that himself. I told him to watch a video. I've got a couple videos up there. Okay, well, the tools you're going to need are a hammer drill and a core drill bit, and it's made for concrete. And you also need a pry bar. I use the Bosch for my hammer drill and just run electrical power up to an outlet. What you need to do is, when you get this thing started, is you have to steady the core drill bit right there on the concrete so it doesn't move. Some bits have a pilot, which is very helpful as well. That's really starting to make a good groove in there. It needs to be a little bit more before I can really hammer drill. So to me, the hardest part is getting it started. To maintain positive control, I've turned down the speed of the hammer drill as so the core drill bit will not jump out of the groove. So once you have a pretty good groove going, you can probably kick back and put some pressure to it and start hammer drilling to get that core bit to go into the concrete of the curb. Here is another body position to maintain positive control with some increased drilling speed, putting slight pressure on the back side of the hammer drill. Now if you can see this, I'm making this to where it's pretty much level coming out of the curb hole. That's a must. It's ever so important for body positioning, lining up the machine as well as your body to go directly into the concrete curb. I call this position number 3 for core drilling. The machine always turns clockwise, and I've put my right foot forward on the shaft to keep the core bit aligned and from jumping out of the groove. And once I've got the core bit itself inside of the concrete pretty good, I'm going to actually lean back here, put my foot on the Bosch hammer drill so that it'll push that into the concrete. You can see that I've positioned the hammer drill on its side to my left to stabilize the torque that's being created with my foot on the back side of that hammer drill. Alright, well, I put that core hole saw all the way in as far as it can go pretty much here, and we're going to have to pull it out. You can see that, you know, the top of the core drill is up against the concrete, so it can't go any further in. So you pull that out of there, and we're going to use a pry bar to take that concrete core out of the curb. It doesn't take much. You just have to tap it a couple times and it'll break off. It's just a matter of getting it out. Now we're going to put that core drill hole saw back in the hole and continue on through the rest of the curb. Concrete core drilling time really depends on your setup and rig that you have for core drilling. There's wet core drilling and dry core drilling. What I'm using here is called dry core drilling, and it does take a bit longer than wet core drilling. There are two types of core drill bits. The one I'm using here is called a carbide tip core drill. The other type is a diamond tip core drill. Carbide tips are more for dry core drilling, whereas diamond tips are more for wet core drilling. Yep, so there we go. A little bit of concrete comes off the back side. That's normal. That is a nice core drill. This core drill is 3.5 inches in diameter, and it will accommodate 3-inch pipe with no problem. If you're using 4-inch pipe, which is pretty much the standard of today, it has to be reduced at the curb. So you use a reducer, a 4x3 reducer. It'll fit right in there. Fits right in there. You could put an extension of 3-inch pipe to come out here to the curb and bevel it. Now, once you've core drilled through that curb, you're going to have the core, it's going to be stuck inside of your core drill hole saw. What you want to do is just tap it ever so lightly. It'll just slide right out of there. Doesn't have to, do not tap hard. Just nice and easy. And it'll slide right out. Be sure to sign up online for our fall schedule. It's filling up pretty fast, and you have to remember we are up north and the weather kind of goes north pretty quick up here. Well, thank you for watching, and remember, it's easy once you know how. That is a nice tunnel. Mostly gravel, and when it is, use a Conway shovel.